Some people here are to make a market. Some people here are to get a sign for me. I got my era, it's music era. Over, I say. Some people here are to be up and down in the streets.
Thank you very much. Please have your seats. Our Ambassador Jeremiah Salanta, our Honorary Consul General Cynthia, the head of Lama here, Chairman of the board and members of the board, EULA representative, representation of other organizations here in the U.S. who are here to welcome us. Our own delegation, both of those who are in the United States and people that we came together. Our Liberians, members of this community, we want to ask God's blessings upon you. Amen. Today I see a number of people that we haven't seen for a long time. My own pastor, folks, many friends here. I want to thank you for the warm welcome. And I want to thank you also for this very beautiful edifice. When we first met and we talked about this edifice, the only place I could remember in the United States that had a building owned by Liberians was in Detroit. And I went to that building. I talked to it was a car parking lot, and not knowing that there was a plan already here, that is people of this community to own a facility that wasn't like this, and I wasn't even thinking about meeting the initiative because you sent me the brochure. But I'm very proud of what you've done. Very proud. This is what you own, a place that you can meet, fellowship, and other things fall into place. Did I see you coming, sir? Oh. Hey, Alex, how are you? Friend and brother, for many years, schoolmate. And when we embarked on this project, I talked to Alex, and I said, look, we have this project, you need to get on board the Cynthia to elevate this place. As I look around the building, I see that you already run out of space because you've apportioned it so much and so well up there that will help our children here to begin to acquire skills. But I did see there was something that we talk about, we need to also look at the cultural aspect. We want to be able to raise items here, bring items here that our children here, born here, will see and they can relate to Liberia. And all the things that we use, whether it's fan to fan, the rice, whether it's the drums, and I can assure you, we want to start, we'll try to mobilize those items, get them to you, have them on the display so that our children can see them. You know, Liberians are very proud people. Whether you know it or not, but we are. People didn't understand why we had a war that we had in Liberia, because I remember one time I went to Sierra Leone and someone said, well, we wanted to go to the United States, we couldn't go. We came to Liberia and we felt we're in America. So we didn't know why you people went to war. Of course, we had our own share of problems. But I want to say today that I'm very proud of you here for what you've done and what you're doing. And we need this kind of cooperation. We are getting along back home. I think you know that we came out of a very difficult war. I don't like to talk about it too much because we're not the only country that came out of war. So I think at some point in time you got to forget about the past and move out. We were striving. We were doing well. Today you can go to Monrovia and in about 3 hours be in Ganta, because you'll be running a very good road, paved road.
Amen.
You can go to Buchanan within an hour, something you couldn't do before the war. We were also there building the economy, investors coming in the mining sector. Of course, all of us are aware what is happening in the mining sector or in the rubber sector, the oil sector. Prices have gone so low that people are not very much interested. But I always say to people that Liberia is not going to be built on these iron ore and rubber. God has given us land and soil. Our future is in agriculture.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Because I know for sure that not here, but over there, with one suit, if you can wash it regularly, you can wear it the whole year.
That's right. That's right.
But you have to eat every day.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we will do. But I want to say that the Ebola did throw our country back. But we are very resilient. We saw that Ebola was imposed on us. It came from elsewhere. We don't want to look back to where it came from, because they too, it came to them. But later on, Liberians were panicking, everybody was complaining, blaming the government. Oh, it's a new scheme, they want to get money and everything. And we told them, put the fuss in, let the fuss go down, let's get down to work. And that's what I like about Liberians. When they realize they have a problem, they get to the last minute, you see them, they'll respond. So everybody began to understand the problem, the source of the problem. We fought Ebola. And all of the publicity was on Liberia. You see, Ebola made a mistake. It came to the wrong country. It went all around, they didn't know about it, but it came to Liberia, and the whole world knew I was in Liberia. And so everybody came to Liberia, worked with us, but the most important resource were the Liberians themselves. Because when they understood that they had a problem and they came together, they started blaming people, they started working. That's what made Liberia the first country that was declared Ebola free. And when Ebola thought it could come back, we sent it back in retreat. To this day, it is in retreat. But it couldn't have happened without your assistance. All of you sitting around here, you gave your pennies, you did. I want to thank all of you here for the support you gave to the government. for the support you gave to your relatives who were already calling. They always already call. So Ebola was just another reason for more calls. And thank God, cell phones all over.
So true.
So I know what you go through here.
Yes.
And that's why I sometimes feel make life more difficult for you, because the American life, you live here. But you live here and you have to live over there.
That's right.
So I want to thank you. People in Liberia, they can't afford anything, they can afford cell phone.
I know.
Because they know they can harass you. Ebola is not our concern much now, even though we're telling our people, don't be complacent.
That's right.
We have to improve our health system. We have to teach our people how to keep themselves safe. The sanitary condition must be improved. People must do practices that are healthy. One of the things that we learned was that after the Ebola, those that had the effect of Ebola and they recovered, they started showing other symptoms. Some of them started getting blind. Some of them complained that they are impotent, all kinds of different problems. The vaccine that were launched, those who did a test, the results were very good. Today, what the government has done, working with the international community, is to send people out in the field to tell those who are experiencing some problems to report to the hospitals, because we're going to continue to research Ebola until we make sure that we can trap it. We want to thank one of us here, Emmanuel Dolo, who worked very, very hard to create awareness. During the time of Ebola, everybody was busy. I want to thank him very much. The role he played. We toured the Presbyterian Hospital where one of our brothers, Duncan, died. And we were fortunate that in the tour, another good thing happened. A Liberian lady was giving birth to a child. Unfortunately, we didn't stay there until she gave birth, but we were able to see her sister, and we met the husband. And at the time, I asked the husband, he said, "My name is Sai." I said, "Well, I know where you coming from." I asked him, "Do you have other children?" He said, "Yeah, I have 2 girls. One Sia Kumba, so the next one, if it's a girl, is Fina. And if it's a boy, it's going to be a Sa, because that'll be the first." But we are all over. There too, in Dallas, people were very, very nice. We also yesterday met the Liberian community there, and we saw some of the wonderful things they were doing. We want to encourage you people to continue to live and work together. We have the potential to rebuild our country. You are here, but home and being home, I've seen you, either for funeral or for other reasons. The simple reason is that you're here. Some of you came to school, some came during the period of the war, but you know very well that you're from somewhere else.
That's right.
And that you have relatives there. And all of us together want to make sure that that country will be preserved and developed so that when you go back, you see some of the things that you gotten used to that will be replicated there. And all of us together, we can do that. I've seen that our economy is recovering gradually. The health system is improving. I see because of the Ebola, there are a lot of efforts that have been made now. You go to JFK today, I toured it the other day for the people who are having side problems. There's side clinic there now that I was surprised I was in Liberia because I never seen anything like that in Liberia before. So people are going there. People are going there to work with us. But we want to thank Liberians also who are going there to assist. I am here to work along with our people, the Patriots for Transformation, the Embassy, and our Honorary Consul General. I can see Cynthia spending all her time to make sure that things work here. Amen. Cynthia, I want to thank you. It's one of the blessings that Liberia has got in this country. Cynthia is a go-getter. And when she moves, she moves. Cynthia has a big, not just being Honorary Consul General, she has some good roots in Liberia. And that's why you see her so attached to Liberia. I want to bring you greetings from our president to encourage people who are fortunate to have a lady who's well known, well respected, and she's in high demand. Most of the travels she make, she would rather not make them, but it looks like she uses those travels to solve problems of other people, especially problems that are gender related, because they want her face. But we are making progress. The investors are coming back in the hydro area. The Japanese will be beginning to take the road, the freeway up to the port. And of course the Chinese left the Kakata, the Monrovia Bangai Highway, but they are now, you can drive to Bangai within about 2.5 hours, because in between they are doing some work. We had some of the worst rainy season this year, but in between people are working. Also, the port of Monrovia is improving, the port of Sino